completely forgot where I was in, like, what I was talking about. Oh yeah, isn't Lara Croft freaking rich? Like, absolutely loaded from the trillion-dollar artifacts that she steals? Yeah, going back to the YouTube thing, if I ever get up some proper motivation, I would 100% be willing to do the stuff that interests me. I would just need to figure out what interests me. Because there's so much stuff that I wanted to do. Like that previous project that I was working on, where I would read every single SCP. But that gets tiring pretty freaking quick. Because it's essentially just maybe a little bit of background noise and just me talking. And every little mess up that happens, I have to go through and nitpick everything and make sure that I'm getting the absolute best that I can do. And trying to hold myself to, like, professional voiceover standards. Even though I have, like, 0 experience. Like, next to no experience in this kind of stuff. So that would just take a lot of figuring out and thinking about. I've got there's one idea that I had recently about since I've been binge watching a lot of King of the Hill stuff. I thought about covering the origins of every, like, conspiracy theory that Dale, like, even so much as in a passing one-off thing mentions. Because that I think that stuff's really interesting. I love learning about conspiracy theory stuff, whether it's true or absolutely unhinged. And I kind of like King of the Hill. So I would 100% be interested in listening to someone talk about the origins of, like, why Dale's got all these just absolutely insane ideas about what the government's doing and all these conspiracy theories and stuff. Because he talks about some real wild stuff. Like that episode where he's convinced that his son is an alien, or that the government stole his guinea pigs, which I'm pretty sure he was going to breed for food after the apocalypse. Even though one of them was apparently a hamster or something. Or a gerbil or something like that. Which actually would have worked if he would have separated the children immediately, because one of the parents would have immediately seen those kids as not their kids and would have eaten them. So in theory, like, that actually would have worked. But also, he's fucking insane. There's also covering some, like, deep lore from the Elder Scrolls series. Because I've gotten some lore from that series stuck in my head, and I would love other people to know and react to this information. Because it's stuff that, like, probably even hardcore fans of the series, like, played every game, they probably don't even know about this. Like how there were there were these, like, crab people that supposedly Malog Ball ruled over. But that was before the world ended. And then the world ended, and now Malog Ball is doing whatever he's doing now. Or the Great Walk Around, or whatever it's called, where the people of Yokura, another continent on Tamriel, or another continent on the planet. I think that the planet's Mundus, I think, which I'm pretty sure they got the name for the planet, or at least the plane of existence that they're on. They got the name from mundane, something that is physical, something that is normal, something that everyone can understand. Yeah, the Great Walk Around or whatever, is like people who were able to, quote, move at strange angles to the world and bypass the apocalypse. So they, like, just turned a little bit and completely avoided the apocalypse, which is insane. No, these are two completely different. Okay. Where did it? Or what happened to the dwarves, because that is fascinating. What happened to the dwarves? Oh man, I need to reposition the ice pack. Hold on. It is toasty in here. But what happened to the dwarves is fascinating. Because of course, there's the theory that all of the dwarves just completely phased out into another plane of existence. Like the what's this? Like that one, like, library place that you fight the previous Dragonborn in, whatever his frickin' name is. Or that area where you talk to Sheograth and you get the Wabbajack in Skyrim. There's a theory that they phased completely out into another place like that. Or that they themselves became gods somehow and just became intangible, invisible and all that stuff. But there's also a theory that they achieved Kim, Chim, which is a complete different topic on its own. Where, like, everything is fake. The whole, it's essentially like nihilism. And there's two, just like in real life, there's two different ways it can go. You can go with like the pessimistic, like what they would call zeroing out, where you just realize that you like everything's made up and nothing matters, and you just phase out of existence. Like you are completely gone from everything, from the timeline, from the universe. You never existed. Period. Or you achieve Kim and you realize everything's made up, nothing matters, which means you can do whatever you want. And if I remember right, only like 3 people have achieved Kim. One of them being Ysgramor, the Nord god of whatever, the guy that banished all the elves. I don't remember everything that he did after he achieved Kim, but I remember that he made it so that he made it so that retroactively one of the areas that they were in was like a tropical forest and not an arid, like dry desert. Like that's just a thing that he could do. It's like, surprise, this place isn't desert anymore. It was actually a jungle the whole time. Just like gaslighting the universe, I guess. Which is freaking insane. And then there was... Oh, what was his name? I think he was in Morrowind. Where he was like split in half. He was 2 colors. What was his frickin' name? I have to look this up. Give me just a second. Because if I don't look this up, I'm gonna lose my frickin' marbles. Two-colored elf in the Elder Scrolls. No, I don't want just Myr or Dunmer. I want the two-colored guy.